brand new banger.
Like, yo, man, this is bullshit and blah blah blah. He's like, hey man, maybe it's meant for a reason.
Always thought of it like that, bro. Right now, you really fucked up.
Like, I can't get rid of this thing.
Life was easy. Fuck out my face.
Yeah, what it was. I expect you to do the bare minimum, because then what's the point?
True. To do that, I went and got one from the aisle, you dumb fuck.
And shut the fuck up and lay low.
You're female, like you could work your charms in certain situations that I wouldn't be able to. You know how much free shit you gotten? She once said word to mama, shit. Oh, got him. We understand it's gonna bother you. Some of us went through it. Some of us are gonna go through it. Well, we wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to go that deep with you. You don't really know what you want to share with my heart.
No, look cock. Send hook, send cock.
I do not agree with these guys. Word.
Get the fuck out of here and do something important.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here, asshole.
Get the fuck out of here. Don't you come back.
I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, if it's right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit. Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your fucking boy Toe Taz. We in the building. It's the Toe in the Show with Ray and Gigi show. But I'm telling you right now, it's probably just gonna be the Toe show, because that's how we do it in the streets. You see, we got a little bit of different fucking layout over here. You know what I'm saying? We gotta move to a different site. You know, we doing our thing out in this motherfucker. Now you can see your own comments here. What's going on, normal guy? Yeah, man, yo. I don't know how I put the intro on. I said go live, and the fucking thing just backed me out to this. I'm like, how Sway? Like, why you fucking with my shit, Sway? Not supposed to be doing that shit. That's why I was like, what? I had to put the intro back on. Like, don't fuck around. It's all right though. It's all learning. You know, it's all growing pains is what they say, right? My ear's been clogged. It's funny. Like, at the end of the day, all week, I was able to hear out my left ear. Then today, my left ear's clogged. I can hear out of it, but it's very limited. So it sounds like I'm whispering. But yeah, it's some shit going on here, man. Some shit going on. But yeah, bro. What's going on? We got Kenny in the building, normal guy in the building. You know, let's see what's up with the rest of the people. As you can see, we got the view count here. We got something that's gonna debut on Monday that every other podcast is gonna have, except for this one, because I don't know how to implement for this type of show, but the other shows, we got some. Yeah, man. I know the title's talking about the election, and I know there's some people that have some very strong opinions on the election with Trump winning. And I hear you. It's a fucked up situation because this guy has done nothing but insulted us and really didn't do nothing for us. But he got the backing of so many people. Like, it's crazy. What's going on, Mr. Loki? It's crazy how a man can say the stupidest shit. I wrote in toe tax for president. I appreciate you, Joseph. I appreciate you. A man can say the stupidest shit, and people still follow him. Like, they make excuses for the shit he says. You know, now when I go, Kamala Harris can't answer the question. Everybody, oh yeah. But then when I said, but Donald Trump just makes shit up when they ask him a question. No, you gotta understand what he means. Like, no, what I understand what he means is that he ain't trying to answer your question. I still, I can't get over the fact that my man said, what do you feel about healthcare? And he said that they are changing the sex of these kids without your consent. A boy is going into school and coming out a girl without the parents' consent. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, don't you think that would have made the news that if the boys are being castrated and fucking and turned into women? What? I didn't know that the schools had that technology. I remember when I went to the nurse's office, I said, yo, my stomach hurts. He said, go take a shit. Meanwhile, they didn't give you nothing to take a shit because they couldn't give you anything. Ain't that some shit? They couldn't give you any meds because they didn't know what you were allergic to or anything like that. And your parents had to give them permission. And they weren't going to call your parent to get permission to take fucking laxative. So it was just, go take a shit. Go back to school. Go back to class. Now, I don't know. I think I might be a girl. All right, 3-year-old, go get your dick cut off. What? We can do that in the school? Yeah. It takes 15 minutes, apparently, according to my man. According to the Trump. It takes 15 minutes. Then, on a lesser excessive note, they asked Shannon Sharp asked Kamala Harris, goes, what you gonna do about Medicaid? That's supposed to, not Medicaid, shit. Is it Medicaid? Oh, retirement shit. Give me a second. See? Well, Medicaid, like, it's supposed to run out 2032. And she goes, well, it's tricky, and everybody should have retirement. They should be able to live their last bit of their lives into, without having to worry about bills and all that other stuff, and yada yada yada. But Trump's plan, he'll die in 5 years. Trump's plan, it would Social Security. There you go. My bad. Social Security gonna run on 2032 according to Shannon Sharp. Yes. He goes, oh, but in Trump's plan, Social Security is gonna run on 5 years. Like, all right, so what? So how is that the answer to how you gonna fix it? You're gonna fix it by saying Trump's plan is worse? I would like an answer. I don't know about you, but I grew up in an era where they asked you to think critically. Remember when they said you don't know the meaning of a word? Look at the context clues around the word and see if you can find out the meaning of it. They also said believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Right? Now we believe everything we hear and none of what we see. and I'm like, yo, that's beautiful. That is fantastic. Because now all you gotta do is win the crowd, you win your freedom. Like they said in Gladiator. You win the crowd, you win your freedom. That's crazy. And what's crazy about it is that that's not how it's supposed to work. Not for the president. It's no longer an electoral race to who has the best policies and who could do best for the country. It's who's the most popular person. And then they say, oh, Spanish men and black men and white men all voted for Trump. That they didn't want to vote for Kamala Harris. Now think about it this way. Whether he's a liar or not, that's somebody you saw on TV. And TV lied. And what do you expect people know Donald Trump from The Apprentice and all the shit they did on TV, and he's a celebrity and this, that, and the third, so they know what God told them. And now all of a sudden when the truth comes out, oh, you're just making shit up. It's fake news. And like Hodge likes to say, they ain't never been fake news until Trump was president. They never ever been fake news until Trump was president. I always found it funny how you would sit there and you believe everything that they said about the Menendez brothers. The Melendez brothers, whatever the fuck you want to call them. You believed everything they said about O.J. Simpson. Believe everything they said about Diddy. Everything they said about R. Kelly. But not a fucking thing they said about Trump. What? What? So politicians don't lie to get what they want. But it's funny though. It's true, Damon. They all lie, but at least they know something about the topic. But it's crazy. They don't believe shit that they said about Trump. If they, how they say, oh, Trump was one of the major people in Diddy's parties and blah, blah, blah. Nah, he was just cool with Diddy and he would stop by and get a drink of water and go home. Get there 15 minutes. It's like an excuse. That is crazy to me. Y'all don't think that's a little mind-boggling? You believe everything they said about all those other people that were convicted or not convicted? Everything that was said in the court was 100% true. This man has 34 felonies. And they lied? Every single person who opened up their mouth about this man is a liar? But the same people open up their mouth about Diddy and OJ and Kelly and all these other people, nah, they telling the truth about him, but they ain't telling the truth about Trump. Like, wow, that's crazy. Since when? And I don't know, man. I like to think that sometimes I know how people get it. I don't know how this man got like with the public eye. And I honestly think they gave Kamala Harris a lob when they introduced her as, oh, look, there's a black woman running for president. Because she was in the lead. She was popular then. It was off the strength of no one wanting Biden to be fucking president anymore. So they said, yo, look, Kamala Harris. They said, yeah, somebody else, beautiful. And it's a black woman, beautiful. And then he started answering questions or trying to answer questions and all this other shit and went downhill. And the debate happened and she was doing her thing. The debate made Trump look stupid. And they never kept that momentum. Tell me, man, sometimes when you got somebody that's arguing with you, they're going to sound good. You let them talk and people going to be like, wait a minute. You keep contradicting yourself. Every time you saying something, you contradict yourself. You ever notice? Trump don't answer questions. He don't answer questions. And when he does answer questions, he answers the question he wants to answer. I feel like the real reason why Trump won was because of the assassination attempt. I believe that those assassination attempts were set up to get him to win. Because you can't compete against a black woman racially. and he said some stupid shit that he thought she was Indian or Middle Eastern and she'd never been black. And then all of a sudden now she's black. He said some shit like that. And then people were like, wait, what? And it's like, no, you took it out of context. He didn't mean to say exactly what the fuck he said. He meant to say something completely different than what the fuck he said. He meant to say something that sounded good to you, not sounded bad. That's all Trump's defense is. I say something like that. It's crazy. I always find this shit crazy. He says something exactly the way he wants to say it. And based off of the way you take it, he didn't mean to say it. He meant to say it the way that you would have took it back. Oh no, you should have said it the way you meant it. But anyway, I think those assassination attempts were fake. And I think they were just made to get him back into the lead. Because he's already a voice for stupidity. He has people backing him for no reason. There's plenty of people that are supporting this man just based off of the strength of his celebrity. And he said one thing one time and they held on to him. And they're backing him. And now he's going to look like a martyr. So, they trying to kill him. So we gotta fucking support this man even more now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was a ploy just to get more eyes on him and more people swayed towards him. Those assassination attempts. Because real motherfucker wouldn't have missed. Sorry. We had presidents killed. We had nation leaders killed. We had Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Kennedy. Those people were murdered, killed during rallies, during parades. They were murdered. There's people that killed people during concerts, 16, 7, like fucking in colleges, snipers killing people. They really wanted to kill Trump. He'd have been dead. He'd have been dead. I think that was a blank bullet and they cut his ear. Because there's no, I don't think he would have. And then they shot other people doing the shit to make it look good. Did you know he don't give a shit? Let's be funky. Let's keep it funky. He don't give a shit. Why would he give a shit? Why would he give a shit about the citizens that he's trying to serve? Vince McMahon was popping bottles after he won. You know what's funny? They were saying that statistically, Linda McMahon right now, once Trump becomes the president, becomes president in January, she would be the most powerful woman in the fucking country. Linda McMahon's popping bottles because she's part of his cabinet. That's crazy. She had to leave the WWE because she wanted to run for politics also, but because they wouldn't give the wrestlers health care, she's like, well, you know what? You can't talk shit about wrestling because I'm not in the wrestling business no more. And then they kept going and they're like, oh, I thought we told you she's not in the wrestling business no more. Why are you talking about some other shit? That problem doesn't exist anymore. You see how that works? But yeah. But I tell you one thing. The trial with Vince probably gonna be mad quiet. Trump is gonna exonerate himself, pardon himself. The Diddy shit is gonna be quiet now, and just like the Epstein shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that got outed, all that shit's gonna be quiet. People are gonna forget. Watch, something tragic gonna happen. Something tragic's probably gonna happen, or something is gonna go to the point where it's gonna be such a big deal that all this shit is gonna just wash away. It's just gonna wash away into the past. People are gonna forget about it. Because I remember, sadly, when Junior died, I was one of the people saying, "Oh yeah, people gonna go up and say all this shit, and then 2 weeks later you're gonna forget about him. You ain't never hear about him again. They ain't changed nothing. They ain't changed nothing in the Bronx. They ain't changed nothing in New York. People, this little girl still dying crossing the street, and shot, 3 bullets. Come on, man. Just remember, This is why I say I don't like none of them. I don't think we should have to choose between two people we don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was picking food and you didn't like McDonald's and you didn't like Burger King, would those be your choices to go eat? Or would you pick somewhere else? But nah, they forcing you to pick these motherfuckers. And then they turn around and they do the whole shit where it's like, oh, but you could write in your vote or you could vote for independent or some shit. That's a waste of a fucking vote. Because my vote, let's say I did vote and I voted independent in New York. The landslide was for Kamala Harris. So all of New York's votes went to Kamala Harris. The 13 seats, the Senate, the electoral votes, that went to Kamala Harris. So none of my independent shit would have never went nowhere. It would have never went nowhere. That independent vote would have never mattered. R. Kelly's, they left his ass behind. R. Kelly ain't have no leverage on these people like Diddy does. They'll find another black man to entertain them. I'm pretty sure Diddy has a lot of leverage on people just because of who they fucked. Apparently, there's a story that J-Lo was in these freak offs and she was fucking for 15 hours or some shit like that. I don't know the whole story. I don't really believe the whole shit. It was just like a post on, what was it, Facebook or something? You know how some, those social media shits ain't real true and shit, but supposedly the tape, I looked it up, man. I ain't seen no tape, so I don't know. I think that's bullshit, but damn. Back in them days, you go 15 hours, that's somebody you do with. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah. Go 15 hours with J-Lo. I go 15 minutes with J-Lo. Fuck out of here. Shit, man. Yeah, but this is what's the crazy shit is I think people are expecting shit to change. I think it's gonna be like Raw on Netflix. Nothing's really gonna change. The only time you see change is if it's for the worst. That's when it happens the quickest. When they change shit so bad, we see it. That's when it happens the fastest. Right? So if they raise taxes, it happens now. But if they lower taxes, it happens in 3 years. They destroy shit quick, but they can't build shit up quick. And that's the problem. Because you need 4,000 people to agree on something. And it doesn't fit their agenda, so they're not going to agree on it. Whether it's good for us or not. See, the way that the laws work, the president has that final veto. You have the judicial system, you have the three systems, the three houses, right? But Congress can go up to these motherfuckers and be like, yo, look, we want to pass this law. And Trump be like, nah, I got the final veto on this shit. I'm not passing this until you pass songs should be illegal. JCPenney. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just some super shit that I think he would write. But like, he could do that. It's all holding up. He got some measure of power. Oh, and to fuck shit up, he could do that real easy. I remember he fucked up our relationship with other countries when he was president. He was friends with Putin, and he fucked up the relationships with everybody else because he was friends with Putin. The fucking I don't even want to talk about the economy. I want to talk about the world went to shit when the fucking COVID hit. And according to Obama, he had a pandemic strategy. They had things implemented just in case if there was ever a virus or some shit, then we had to shut down the world. We had that already laid out for him. All he had to do was follow it. He could have took credit for it too. He could have been like, yo, see how fast I moved into action? And no one would have believed that Obama made that plan up. It'd have been all Trump. But nope. Shut down the world for shut down the country for 2 weeks, then everybody go and kill themselves. Other countries shut down, quarantined for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The virus left and there was no more problems and they went back to life. It went back to their way of living like a month later, 2 months later. It took us almost a fucking year. 2 years. 3, 4 years. Some people still ain't ready to get back to life. And now, just because we could do it, before, if you felt sick, you stood home. That's what they said. If you feel sick, stay home because we can't chance you getting other people sick. Now they say, if you feel sick, get your ass to work. You're taking advantage of these sick days. You're taking advantage of these sick days. It's sorry, COVID ain't as bad as it is. That's crazy. All of a sudden. Oh, these companies lost a lot of money. But yeah, they had shit in place to get their money back. That's stupid. Come on, man. You know how much shit costs. Yo, I got a case of soda, little bag of fucking rich cheese crackers. Willie, what's going on, brother? I got a bottle of water and 3 of those Haagen-Dazs ice cream shits. $40. You lost money. Found that shit in my wallet, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy. Everything's so motherfucking expensive now. But we gotta worry about the business because if the economy goes down, what? Nigga, you live over here, you ain't got enough money to fucking pay your rent and buy food. The economy is down for us. What up, Sammy? I'm doing good, Willie. I'm doing good. The economy is down for us. It's just not down for businesses. And then people are making a lot of money on YouTube, which I'm trying to be one of them. Not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to be one of them. People making a lot of money off of fucking job stripping shit, real estate. And the real estate is a fucking crime also. Shit, man. I 2 years ago, we came into some money. I was like, let's see if we can buy a house. I go to Rocket Mortgage. Cause I was like, hey, fuck it. Help me out. My man's telling me everything that's happening. Okay, you are cleared for this loan. All right, cool. What about me and my brother? Oh, give me his shit. He never told me how much me and my brother would be cleared for. Then he goes, I'm like, yo, but what? I'm a first time homeowner. He goes, oh, you got to go to the banks or you got to go somewhere to see if you can apply for that. I'm like, where do I go to apply for it? Like, ain't you supposed to know this shit? Ain't you supposed to be helping me out? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't you supposed to be helping me out, telling me all this shit that I need to? Why is buying a home one of those things that you have to know everything and you have to bring that shit to somebody and all they do is push buttons? Like, that shit, like, if you're a home broker or whatever the fuck they're supposed to be, ain't you supposed to be the one go, yo, do this for me. Go to this website. You a first time homeowner? Boom. You military? Boom. Do this. Here you go. All these credits. We get you the best home you got. They're like, nah. We ain't gonna do shit for you. All right, cool. You ain't gonna do shit for me. So there you go. Then I tell him, this is how much money I got for everything. He goes, all right, cool. We can put that as a down payment. All right, cool. Now you got to come up with another $13,000. I got to come up with another $13,000. My ass don't stretch that much. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because I get for the closing costs. I told you how much I had. I didn't say I have this plus more. I didn't say I had a blank check. I said, this is how much I got. Why the fuck didn't you tell me that in the beginning? Oh, no, but this. And they're like, okay, cool. Then they said, based off your income and all, your taxes got to be lower than this. I said, okay. So I talked to the person that I'm talking to now about looking for homes and the person that I'm talking to now about the banks don't know each other. And I said, I go to the person who's looking for the home and I go, yo, listen, he said the tax got to be lower than this. She goes, you ain't never going to find that nowhere. The minimum tax is double that. What? And he's like, yeah, your debt to income ratio is too high. My debt to income ratio is too high. I just showed you I can afford the mortgage. There should be no like, when the fuck did you become my parent? Like, you buy a car, they go, you got proof of income? Yeah, beautiful. You can buy the car, take the car. But when the fuck did you become my fucking parent? So that's when I turned, like, you know what? You're telling me too many goddamn things. I'm out. Oh no, but no, you can't do shit. I'm out. And I haven't done anything else after that. But I plan on going to an actual bank or someone who knows. Well, let's get this shit. No one knows shit. I'm gonna see if I can find out someone who knows something, and I can do something, because no one knows shit, but everybody can do it easily. You gotta love these entrepreneur motherfuckers. The richest man. Oh, I went into real estate. I bought this house and I sold it for this, and I'm sitting there like, well, shit. I didn't know you could just walk up into a house, say it's mine now, and sell the shit without no fucking money or down payments or closing costs or this insurance or this inspection or this and this. Like, they don't believe in telling you that, oh, this shit is gonna be expensive in the front, upfront cost. They don't tell you that shit. Then you gotta fix the house up. And it takes a while for it to sell. But nope, them motherfuckers is magical. Them motherfuckers is magical. They probably sold that shit to themselves under a dummy corporation and just paid themselves the money that they borrowed. So they probably borrowed $300,000 to buy the house. Then the dummy corporation borrowed $600,000, bought the house. They paid off the loan, and now they got another $300,000 in profit. That's probably what they did. I don't know. I'm not a businessman, but that sounds like some shit that you would hear on TikTok or something. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like some stupid ass shit that they would say. And you know something? That probably works for them. That's probably how all these motherfuckers is doing this shit illegally. Like, yo, you can make a profit over the house. Profit over the house. Shit, you know how long it takes to make a profit off the house? But shit, if I'd have bought a house when I was 6 years old, shit, I'd have made a good chunk of change. Because when my mother bought my house, well, not my house, when my mother bought the house that I grew up in, it was like $75,000. This is early 80s. Now they want $900,000 for that house. That house ain't worth $900,000. That house is probably worth maybe $3, $4 if they fix it up right. It ain't worth no $900,000. Gotta be out your fucking mind. But that's how much they're looking for now. Like, you bugging. You're a straight up bugging. Shit. That's crazy. Yeah, but that's the world we living in, man. That's the world we living in now with Trump, all this other shit. And you gotta know somebody that knows some shit. There's people that know the system. The only system I know is bend over. We got some lube for you. Because that's all they do. Even nobody who's working for shit, because nobody earns shit no more. The people who work the most get shitted on the most. And they don't even want to move you because they don't want to make their other shit weak because you too good of a worker. Back in the day when you was a good worker, they promoted you. They moved you up. Now if you're a good worker, you're the only one working. And they can't lose you in that position because ain't nobody else working. Instead of firing the motherfuckers who ain't working and getting people who will work, they just rather keep your ass there. And they hire somebody else to take the position you should have fucking had. And when you leave, they're like, oh, but when you leave, we need you. Apparently you fucking don't. Because you disrespect my ass. The fuck you want me to do? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you want me to do? I'm gonna sit over here and just be disrespected by your ass all day. My face. That's what you kids gotta understand, that shit. Things my age, we living it now, but people older than me is worse. We was in the transition of shit. When we grew up with the people who didn't go to school, to learn on the job and became successful learning on the job and getting opportunities. When we got to the point where we could go, oh shit, we're gonna do this. You need school. Okay, so we went to school. When we got out of school, you need experience. How am I gonna have experience and school at the same time? There's only but 24 hours in a day. Oh, you ain't got no experience, so I can't hire you. If you don't hire me, I'm never gonna get an experience. Well, that's not my problem. Oh, okay, cool. We just got a bunch of people that talk about the size of their fucking mouths. That's why nobody want to work no more. That's why nobody want to work no more. Kids that are doing YouTube, making mad money, they smart. They caught on. Shit, there's a bunch of people I know is like, yo, I quit school and I did this shit full time. And they making a lot of money. And it's like, at that point, what is a high school diploma gonna get you? It's not like YouTube's gonna be like, well, listen, if you had a high school diploma, I'll give you the whole $40 million that you made for me. No. The agreement, there ain't no education in there. Oh, but what if he decides to do something else? He got GEDs, then he can cross that road when he gets to it. Shit. They were forcing kids to go to college to better their education just so that way we could be in fucking anywhere from $10,000 to $300,000 in debt. Ain't that some shit? From $10,000 to $300,000 in debt. With that money, you could have bought yourself a fucking house. Right? You could have bought yourself a house with that money that you went to college with. And at that time when you was younger, let that shit go up in value, sell that motherfucker, and you would have gotten the real estate. Boom, there you go. You could have gotten the real estate with the money you just paid into school. There's doctors that's still paying off their fucking student loans. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Don't have no bedside manner. Crazy. But we're going to go into a world where now we're going to fuck you over even more. How can we fuck you over? We're not going to pay taxes on overtime. Because they ain't going to pay overtime. Gee. That's ridiculous. A lot of people live their life over. Shit. There's so many people that get paid good money and they get paid twice as much good money when they get overtime. Fuckers wouldn't be able to live without overtime. Then you got all these tariff shits that he's talking about. And now everybody's explaining tariffs, and you're like, well, I don't know how that's gonna work. If tariffs are exactly the way you say they are, I don't know how he plans on making that shit replace taxes. Right? Shit. I don't understand how wide the tax brackets are. Because I got a promotion. I thought I was going to get a higher tax return. Nope. Same exact shit. So what the fuck? Like shit. Ain't that some shit? That's fucking crazy. But and I was just looking them up. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. All I know is that they just taking money out. They just gonna keep taking money out until you fucking. Even then, they'll probably gonna owe money out. Gonna come back to life, you owe money. All right, we spoke about this shit. I don't even want to talk about the racial shit because racism was the worst when Trump was alive. When Trump was president the first time, because yeah, in the 70s and 80s, some of the 90s, people didn't like each other, but We all went to school. It was diverse. We didn't give a shit about none of that shit. We had the stereotypes. Shit was crazy. Now, motherfuckers is out there. Like if we team up, we gonna wipe them out the country. Who is trying to do that? You know what? There's a war going on between themselves. Who the fuck is people out there fucking? We just trying to get equal. Not even equal. I just want to be able to fucking go one paycheck without having to go. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't give a fuck what color you are. Who like living paycheck to paycheck? Raise your hand. I don't. I remember when I got out the fucking credit card debt, I went right back in the motherfucker. It's that easy. Swear to God, I bought a fucking $80 dinner and boom, that was $7,000. Like, how, Sway? It's a hell of a fucking interest rate. Like, shit. Once I got out of the credit card debt, I said, I'm never going back in the motherfucker. I turned around, there it was. Back in the. It was because of the car. I ain't gonna lie, I put a lot of money on that on that credit card because of the car. But you know what? Fuck it. Wanted the car, I got the car, I got to deal with it. But it's crazy. A lot of life is just figuring it out on your own. And wondering why everybody's so fucking stupid. But yeah. Shit, I was watching this I watched this guy, this YouTuber. Usually it's about fish, but he has another channel about his cars. He just replaced the steering wheel on his car, and I'm not gonna lie, he had a custom made steering wheel, and it matched way better than the original steering wheel. He had a white leather interior. And the steering wheel was just black, basically. So he made the hand grips and the airbag white leather. Shit, the difference between Trump and the Penguin is the Penguin actually fucking did something for himself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, pretty much. Penguin is a fucking is a quick talking motherfucker. But yeah, so he put white leather, he put LED lights in the shit. I didn't care for the LED lights once they turned it on because it was different colors. You know, it was the red, yellow, green shit. You know, to the rev monitor and shit. I didn't care for that, but the steering wheel matched the interior of the car so good that it almost looked like it was stock. I was like, that shit was dope. Then the next video he crashed the car. He had a BMW M8, right? Now, he said he wasn't going fast. He was going like 60 miles an hour. Now, where he lived, I think that's the speed limit. I think like 70 is the speed limit or some shit like that in highways. But the car hydroplaned because he didn't have the tires for wet roads. He lived in the South, so I could see that. But also, you're in sport mode. There's no traction control. That shit's gonna kick out. Traction controls to make sure that all the tires have the same amount of pressure. So if one slip, they apply more pressure. They apply more force to the other tires, so that way you don't spin out of control and shit like that. Like if you want to snow, one tire spinning, they put more pressure on the other one so it can take you out of the shit. Anyway, he crashed the car. And he said he likes to drive fast. Now, I was telling Ray months ago, he was driving to Show's house. He was telling the story about that thing flying over the fucking divider, almost hit us. I was telling Ray, like, you could drive fast and you could do all that reckless shit that you want. You could be good. I know some very good drivers. But that's all considered luck. It's all lucky right there. Because as much as your timing is and all that, it's all luck. Even if you're driving slow, it's lucky. Sometimes. You don't know how other people are driving. Other people could be stupid as fuck. Other people could be driving just as reckless. Other people could be drunk. People could be falling asleep. Shit, people could just not know how to fucking drive. People could not be looking. They could be distracted. They could be texting on the phone, doing their makeup, eating something. So if you get home and you get to where you're going, consider yourself lucky. So when you do this shit yourself, and I've done this, I've driven fast to the point where I did reckless shit. But there's only but so many times you can be lucky. You know what I'm saying? And the one time I got into an accident, something fell in my eye at work. So I was going to the hospital because I couldn't get out it was rust. I was a mechanic. And I couldn't get it out my eye. So I'm driving and I'm in traffic. And this car behind me speeds up. So I'm looking like behind me. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm trying to get out. Like I'm like, oh, this thing about to hit me. And the car in front of me just hits the brakes. And I slam into him. Well, it was a female. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? There was like, we're in traffic, but we're not like locked. You know, we're not in stop traffic. We're in flowing traffic. She's slamming the brakes and I hit her. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? We pull over. She's all right. My car, the fucking hood is fucked up. The airbag didn't go because I went underneath the car. And then after like 5 minutes waiting for the car, she's like, I can't wait. And she leaves. And I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for my uncle. Like 2 hours later, the cops don't come. I'm like, yo, fuck it. I went to emergency room. I got my shit, the 2 rusts out of my eyes. I got a scratch on my eyeball. And insurance called me. I was like, what happened? I said, listen, she stopped right in front of my ass. And they go, well, because she left the scene of a crime or the scene of the accident, she can't really defend what you're saying the same way you can't defend what you're saying. And so it's the no fault shit. And I'm like, so my insurance covered my shit, and her insurance covered her shit, but that was one of those accidents where even though I wasn't doing nothing wrong, somebody else caused the shit, and I was in the middle of them. One other time I was driving, I had a Jeep. It was raining hard. I was driving slow, and slow I mean like 45 miles an hour in the 50. Because in New York, the highways are 50 miles an hour. And it's nighttime and it's raining hard and I'm trying to drive slow and we hit a puddle and I spin out and I smacked I hit the side of the car. Dents everywhere. The car was still drivable. Made it home and everything. But like I said, we get lucky but so many fucking times. And sometimes that shit comes up to collect. 2 times I wasn't doing nothing. Or I was trying to be, as safe as possible. And 2 times I get fucked. So just keep in mind when you driving, you don't need to do that reckless shit all the time because that lucky shit runs out. Shit, my boy used to run the stop sign on my old block. He had a motorcycle. It was a 50cc motorcycle, nothing crazy, but he had one. He would always run the stop sign. And one day I told him, I was like, yo, bro, you gotta stop running the stop sign. You gotta look. You don't know. I said, nah, it's all good. He runs the stop sign again. Fucking car comes, sideswipes him. He was good. The bike wasn't. But he was good. And I'm like, I thought I told you to fucking look. Like, oh, I thought I had it. I'm like, bro, you're like, maybe your life is worth not looking. But in my opinion, I don't think it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think your life is worth you not looking. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I'd rather you be here and stop and look before you go than you beat it. Because you don't get points for that. You know what I'm saying? If you died or got paralyzed, no one's going to come up to you and be like, yo, you just got 150,000 points, bro. You can redeem it now for a toaster. That's not how life works. That's not how life works. So you got to figure that shit out. But What do I know? I'm just somebody talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta learn for themselves. Everybody gotta learn the hard way. You know, most people tend to learn the hard way. That's the only way they learn. Sometimes, no matter how much you learn, they're always coming for you, whether you want it or not. But you know, everybody knows better than you, so you can't feel a certain type of way when you try to tell somebody something. Like, oh no, but this is the all right, cool. You know better than me. I've only done it millions of times, but you know better than me. I don't even argue with people no more with that shit. Just like I tell them, I be telling people something like, no, but this is like, all right, I didn't know you was the one who did it. I don't know why you asking me questions. You know what I'm saying? Just like if we don't know where the car is, I parked the motherfucker. It's over here. No, it's not. It's over there. Oh, I didn't know you parked it. Shit, I put the motherfucker over there. It better be over there. If it's not over there, somebody stole that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna. That's one thing I hate. You ask a question, and somebody asks you a question, and you answer the question. They tell you wrong. It's like, well, why the fuck you ask me the question if you know the answer? Like, I ain't asked for you to give me a fucking test. We ain't in school. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Leave me the fuck alone. You know the answer. I said that, y'all. My job. This one woman came up to me and said something. I said, oh, that's in another book. No, it's over here. I said, no, it's not. It's like, yes, it is. I said, all right, cool. Good luck. And I walked away, and she's like, you're not going to help me? I said, for what? You know where the fuck you going? I got an elevator and left. I said, shit. You lucky I tried to help you twice. You lucky that I tried to help your ass twice. Shit, because I'm a good nigga. Yeah, man, I don't, shit. I don't like that. Or, you know, like, what do you think? This is what I think. Nah, that's wrong. This is what I think. Lions playing like the bad news Bears. Shit, it's better than the Giants. Better than the fucking Jets. I saw the Jets, we got one sack. And we said, all right, you can pack our shit and we're going to go home. I guess Bison wasn't worthy enough. I don't know what it is with fucking football, man, but sports nowadays ain't working. New York football is your word. I don't know who told these people they can run a football league. But whoever told them that shit, full of shit. Yo, Kenny, on Monday, I got a little surprise for the stream. It's gonna be the first official time that the shit's gonna show up. I can't implement it on this show because what we talk about can't really implement it like that. But for every other show, we got something. I think I got something that's cool as fuck. So I think you're gonna enjoy that motherfucker when you come on. Yeah, it's just a little thing. I haven't seen no other person, no other podcast do the shit. And it's one of the things that this new website allows us to do. I'm like, fuck it, let's take advantage of it. Because I ain't never seen nobody else do it. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying? I being a Chicago Bears fan. Shit. I think if you was born in Chicago, it's like against the law to root against any Chicago team. That's crazy. I mean, at least you had the Bulls. At least you had the Bulls. The Bulls and the Yankees are like two different things. But shit. Yeah, man. Try to fucking. And you know, decide if you don't want to take people's advice. Because you do things your way. Sometimes if you notice the way people are doing things, you don't particularly agree with the way they do things, Keyword had. Yeah, we had the Yankees too. And motherfuckers decided to get people with no heart. But yeah, if you notice the way people do things, you don't particularly agree with the way they do things, it's okay that if they give you advice, you know what? Let me try it this way. 9 out of 10 times, their advice ain't gonna work. The way you try it ain't gonna work. You gonna have to adapt to something else anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because how you do something most of the time isn't as important as getting it done. And I say most of the time. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted to give Trump advice on how to run for president. And he's like, fuck it. I'm going to try this way. He's the president now. So it didn't matter how he did it. He's the president. And the Democrats had to pivot many times to let him win that presidency. All I'm saying is Bernie should have won. Bernie should have ran. I would have voted for Bernie. Yeah, man. Can't always take everybody's advice on shit. But don't totally neglect the shit. There's a way to not fully follow somebody's advice, but to take what they said into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Like if they say you should paint this room left to right, top to bottom. Go, well, you know what? I'm gonna paint the room from the back to the front. That way, when I get out this motherfucker, I do like your option of the top to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a way to do your own thing. So listen to people. But not everybody's stupid. Everybody's smart either. So sometimes when they tell you something stupid, there's something kind of smart in there. Except for these stupid. Oh man. See? Damien, you just done fucked up. Bernie was too much of a radical that wanted to push the system and not play ball with the white boys. Yeah. Bernie was telling the truth when he walked with Dr. Martin Luther King. He was telling the truth when he said he wanted equal rights and free healthcare and free education and free this and free that. He was really saying, like, he was like, oh no, y'all motherfuckers spit that, but I'm about that. Bernie was about that life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but yeah. So part of this, I like this right here because so on the old shit, chat was always on this side, right in front of me. So now with this new shit, it's over here, and I gotta look all the way over there for the chat. But now that shit's right there, so I can read the fucking. That loads up simultaneously. Yeah, I can see the chat there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yo. So like, I'm listening to these two people argue podcast. I don't care what Ray says. You listen to me, because I'm not here lying. I don't have false bravado. I don't think I know everything. What I'm telling you is what I feel in my heart. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I got no problem being wrong. This is what I live by. These two motherfuckers is arguing. I noticed the host. Every time he started to make a point, every time his guest started to make a point, the host would interrupt. Let's start over. And then he would change one thing here or there, and then he would interrupt them again. And then when he was like, let me finish, he's like, all right, I'll let you finish. Then he said about 5-10 minutes worth of dialogue. And then the host would be like, well, you said in the very beginning that chocolate milk ain't shit. And that had nothing to do with what the fuck he was talking about. He's like, I'm gonna dispute you on that. And this dude's like, yo, I'm not. He's like, no, you gotta let me finish. And then the whole rest of the argument is about chocolate milk. I'm sitting like, oh, okay, so this is how we're playing the game. This is how they do it. Because the discussion and the debate, no matter how you put it, is the same thing. You speak, you tell me your truth and your what you believe and your facts, and I could question them, or I could go, "This is what I believe, and these are my facts," and we go take turns. Neil deGrasse Tyson did it perfectly on his show with another scientist about shit. I forgot the subject, but he did it perfectly. He said what he believed, and Neil deGrasse was like, "Oh, but okay, so you're saying this, and this." Like, yeah, okay. But the way I see it is, it goes like this. He goes, "See, I can see it that way too, but then this way is," and then they start talking, and they're teaching each other about what they know instead of for just yelling at you. Because at this point, it became I'm gonna cut you off, and you're gonna cut me off, and then we're gonna yell at each other, and then we can call each other's names. Then I'm gonna act like you won't say that shit to my face because now I'm a tough guy, and then I want to fight you, and then now we have to reset this whole shit, and we're gonna go right back to name calling. And I'm like, it sounds like two little kids. And I've been in conversations. You've seen us argue at each other. You've seen us yell at each other here. We've been in those types of situations, but we've never. You won't say that shit to my face. Blah, blah, blah. It was always we questioned each other. We said we had to say, it's like, all right, well, we dropped it, boom. But I don't understand. Like, that's the new shit now. That's how y'all do shit. I can never get behind that. Like, you can sit there and tell me how you feel about something, and we can talk about it. And if I know that there ain't no change in your mind, if they ain't, like, one of the topics was, should you date women with children? This is a different one, but they had that discussion. If you think they shouldn't, for whatever reason, that's on you, player. You have the right as a man and as a human being to think that. No one can take that away from you. But what you don't have the right is to force that belief on somebody else. Right? So the debate is just to see if you don't know, it's basically to see who has better points, to see who knows their topic better than the other person. That's what that shit is. But in reality, if I believe it's okay to date a woman with kids, who the fuck are you to tell me it's not? And the argument can't be, oh, well, they shouldn't be, these women shouldn't be having kids. Well, that's not the argument. See, now you change the argument. The argument is, should men date women with kids? The argument was not, should women have kids out of wedlock? Or should women keep the kids if the man ain't there? It should men take the choice to date women with kids? But then you hear all this shit, everything out of left field and this and that, wedlock, the Bible, this, they used blah blah blah, they reserve this, that, and the third. It's like, wait a minute. The question was if a man should do this. Why is everything that you say go against a woman? The question was, should women date while they have kids? The question was, should a man date a woman with kids? Then you think, now, why the fuck not? Because I was saying this shit. We got dinner the other day. Me, Hutch, and Ray. That rhyme, write that shit down. That's going in the book. And I was saying, it takes a real man to go out with a woman that has kids. It also takes a real man to say, listen, I'm not ready for the commitment it takes to be with somebody who has kids. Because whether you want to believe it or not, if you're in a kid's life, you have to be some kind of a role model. And the more and more you're in that kid's life, the more and more they're gonna get attached to you, the more and more you're gonna get attached to them, and the more and more it's gonna make man want to grow. If he really cares about the kid, if he's just there to fuck you and he doesn't give a shit about the kid, one, he's gonna treat that kid like shit. So that kid's gonna feel it. And if he don't give a shit about the kid, he's gonna try to take the mother away from the kid, and it's not gonna be good shit. But if he gave a shit about the kid, and he's more and more in the kid's life, and he's feeling a certain type of way about the moms and all other shit, a man's gonna grow attached to that kid, probably more attached than he is to the woman. So that's right there. Something that most men think about, whether they think about it or not. But it's seriously, you ask like, yo, nah, I don't want to go out with no girl with no kid. Why? Because I ain't trying to be nobody's father. Oh, you ain't gonna be my dad's father. You ain't gonna be my kid's father. They got a father. You're like, all right. But when I'm taking you and your kids out to eat, who's paying for the kid? Their father or me? When that kid start yelling at somebody, what am I supposed to do? Tell him to stop yelling? Because I had that discussion too. It was like, yo, a man, you're going to have to tell a man what he can and can't do in terms of discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's raised different. You allow your kids to be stupid, and this man was grown, was raised to not be stupid. Like, you ain't allowed to yell as a child in public. And this man turned around like, hey, don't be yelling over. And then the mom, don't be talking to my kid like that. Now it's like, wait a minute. I'm fighting two people. That's another thing, consideration you got to take into. There's a big commitment for a guy going out with a girl who's single with a kid. That's why you be real either way. You be real and not want to go out with them. You ain't ready for shit like that. You real and go out with them because you decided, you know what? This girl means something to me. I might as well take it to the next step anyway. The kid's a part of the package. Mature enough to take the kid with him. I don't see what the fucking argument is for other men to be in your motherfucking business. That's what it boils down to. Men didn't want to be in, they didn't give a fuck about being in your business. Like, yo, my man's going out with this girl, she got a kid. Good for him. Good for him. Now, if the kid's wild, then that means the mother ain't being a mother to the kid, but that's something totally different. You know what I'm saying? And who the fuck are you to say shit? It's like how can't go out with no porn star. Bro, I'm pretty sure there's girls that have had a lot more sex with men than these porn stars did. I'm not saying that they haven't. It's just always like, because people seen it. If you've seen female parts, the only difference between one female's parts and another female's parts is their face. They all look the same. You know what I'm saying? Like men's parts different in sizes, female parts differ in body sizes and all, but their face is the different part. They might be little different colors and all. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Yeah, I want to see hers because I want to see what that body's attached to, but still, what? Bro, we went out to eat and Ray was talking to us and this girl walked past me. I was like, damn, she's hot. And Hodge looks at me like, yo, my nigga, you want to say that shit ain't louder? And a boyfriend or some nigga walked behind her. They ain't say nothing to us. But I'm sitting there like, yo, Hodge, don't worry. I mean, if the dude really was some kind of G, he'd have looked at me and said, you damn right she's hot. I don't go out with ugly bitches. See? And they would have been like, shit, good for you. And that'd have been it. But no one know how to play that game no more, but that's beside the point. The thing is, if I'm going out with a porn star, right? Well, one, you got to be a certain type. Like, I don't like stupid. So stupidity, it don't matter if you're a porn star or not. If you stupid and you got no sense of common sense or anything like that, I can't fuck with you. But the person aside. If I'm walking down the street, like, yo, I used to jerk off to your girl. Good. I'm fucking her. like that. Like, you act like people ain't never jerked off to your girl and she's not a porn star. We got plenty of horny motherfuckers in here. Y'all act like people only fucking porn and the news. Like, China is on some crazy. Like, they sell panties in vending machines, bro. Like, used panties for men in vending machines because of the population control and shit like that. Sexually deprived. Like, women are selling their farts in jars. And, you know, and their piss and all that other shit. Like, you worried about what? People watching your girl? Come on, bro. Shit, I bet you any money if your girl would let you record her fucking you wouldn't be on some, yo, my nigga, look at how good this bitch sucked dick. Come on, man. Really. Everybody's perception is all fucked up. Everybody they're worried about what other people think. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's differences, but it's all on you, man. Ain't nobody can tell you shit. Nobody gonna tell me shit. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what the fuck you want to do. Who fuck is somebody to tell you different? Now, yeah, there's the whole what is a man and what is a woman shit. Well, here, I'll answer the question for y'all. If y'all wondering what a woman is complicated. And if a man wants to get fake boobs and chop off his penis and turn that shit into a pussy, that sounds complicated to me. So he's in the right direction of being a woman. I'm just saying. Woman is complicated. And that sounds complicated. What's wrong? You know, you do have the choice. And I'll be with them. I've never seen someone who changed their sex, point a gun at somebody and said, now you gotta be with me. Never seen it. Just like all those gay marriages. I never seen. Did they ruin the world? No. Remember that when they were like when they made gay marriage legal? Oh, it's gonna ruin the country. Kids, what about the kids? What about the kids? The kids don't give a fuck. The kids don't understand it. You know why? Because they have to learn things. You teach them right, they can accept that other people have other preferences and they can live their lives the way they want to as long as they're not hurting nobody. That's it. You ever notice if you allow people to accept people, most people won't be so judgmental? What if you had a kid and you had a boy? This girl liked him, but he didn't want to talk to the girl because the girl was overweight and he didn't like how it would look to his friend. But deep down, he liked the girl and there was nothing wrong with it, but it was just he didn't want his friends feeling, talking to him, or judging him a certain type of way. Because he cared about what his friends cared about. And then he sees two men married. Like, what the fuck is this? And you teach him the lesson. You teach him the fact that, they had a fight for the right to get married because they didn't care what other people thought of them. They wanted to be happy. Maybe this kid will turn over like, you know what? Fuck what my friends got to say. And he goes with that girl that he likes, but he's just afraid to be with because he doesn't want to be ridiculed by his friends. And then what happens? A man's happy. A man learns how to talk to women, how to treat women. He learns that it doesn't matter what other people think. Maybe he goes out there and he takes a leap of faith and goes after his dreams. All because you taught him that it's okay to like what you like. And fuck everybody who don't like what you like. Right? What happened to that? Nah, but everybody want to hate him. It's crazy. Everybody want to be in the conversation of what other people should be doing. You know, it's like the abortion shit. Everybody want to talk about should it be legal or illegal. Why don't we talk about what happens after the baby's born? You don't really have a good plan for what happens after the baby's born. Because what if there's people, if there's women out there that by themselves can't take care of a baby financially? They're living in the home, street, barely making it. Now another baby's out here. That baby gets sick. He got no money to take care of the baby. He gives the baby up to adoption. That baby goes into a fucking home. That home ain't the best suited place for it. God forbid it gets assaulted because those people ain't looked after. No one gives a shit about those people. We seen plenty of documentaries where people call the cops. Well, we can't see nothing. Cops just walk in like, oh, well, we can't see nothing. Go home. And they wait until somebody kills somebody to come over and do something about it. And all what I'm saying is, if after the baby's born, you came in and said, yo, how do you feed yourself? How do you do this? How do you do that? Okay, so we're going to put you in a program that is going to help you have a place to stay, money to do this, and we're going to hook you up with some formula and stuff for the baby so the baby can survive at least. Or if you're going to do the thing, there's checks, there's background checks, there's constant shit going around to make sure that these kids are all right. But no. Once the baby's born, it seems like fuck him. He's good for himself. You got women throwing kids in garbage cans, leaving them outside of a fucking fire department because they can't get an abortion. All right. So more kids are gonna be banded. Because what? You told them this, that, and this. If you made life better for that kid after he was born, when the parents can't, I would be on some, all right, no abortion. But also, some crazy shit. China. Abortions are illegal, but they limit the amount of kids you can have. And because of that, they have underground abortion clinics, illegal abortion clinics, because they want sons to carry on the name of their family. So less and less women are being born. The population is out of control there. The ratio is out of control. Isn't that something that you gotta think about too? People are going to do it because they want a boy. Then you're gonna have these people do this shit underground. It's gonna be unsafe. Most people are gonna die from it. You know, because now it's unsafe. Like, you have people that are gonna do drugs no matter what. So there's places that you can go get clean needles, and they'll do it for you. And if you OD, they bring you back to life. It's like a safe haven or some shit. Just one of those like, yo, bro, if you're gonna do it, at least do it safe, right? Then I hear the argument from the same dude that didn't know how to listen, saying, oh, just because they're doing it makes it okay. He said something about cocaine. I was like, well, I don't know if you remember the prohibition. Prohibition, you know, they banned alcohol. They made that illegal. And that was the biggest fucking underground sales in the world at that point, where they were selling alcohol, moonshine, all this other shit. They had speakeasies. You know, they were importing and exporting it. And because we was losing all that money from taxes and all, they made it legal again. So yeah. And look at weed. Weed was illegal my whole life until recently. Because you went to jail for X amount of years for having a dime bag of weed. People are still going to smoke it. Now they've just found a way to monetize it and make money off of it. That's why it's legal. So yeah. Usually that's what happens. And alcohol is one of the most dangerous shit because people get behind the wheel will die from it. But what do I know? I'm just a dude wearing a airbrush Batman shirt that my uncle made. You know? I don't know shit. But because it's just me today, figure we're gonna cut it short and we're gonna do an hour and a half today of the podcast. Cause I can talk to you, y'all motherfuckers ear off for 3 hours, but I ain't gonna do it just because I need something to talk about tomorrow at work. No, but yeah, I mean, I appreciate everybody coming down here and everybody watching. You know, we got the new look coming around Monday. We're gonna, there's gonna be a little special shit there. Don't overthink it. It's nothing crazy. It's just something that makes us different from everybody else. But Monday Raw Watch Along. Gunther's gonna call out Damian Priest. Apparently, there's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bianca Belair and Jade for the tag. I don't know if it's for the tag team titles or for number one contendership of the tag team titles, but that's gonna happen. I don't know what else is gonna happen, but you can have to tune in for the Raw Watch Along. On Tuesday, we will be throwing a watch party for Deadpool and Wolverine, the release of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send out a link over the chats. If you have Disney Plus, you will be able to watch it simultaneously with us. I believe there's a chat in the Disney Plus also, but we're gonna be on live watching it, so you can chat with us here while you watch it with us. So that should be entertaining. That should be something cool. Because if that works, then the next Disney Plus shit we might have to do. Well, usually it's on fucking Tuesday or Wednesdays they do this, so we might do more shit like that. Wednesday sports. Bronny went to the G League. They sent little Bronny to the G League. The Giants is fucking up. The Jets is fucking up. Like, what else can we do? My stance is just fire everybody everybody that makes a decision on the Jets, fire them. Fuck it. Get new people, get a new owner, get new everything. Are y'all streaming for the Tyson fight? Yes. I think next Friday is the Tyson fight. If there is no events, I would like to be doing a watch along with that event. I think the next show on the show is gonna be Tyson and Paul because it's on Netflix. So we ain't gotta pay for it. We can watch the motherfucker here, watch the fucking fight. Well, I would like to broadcast the whole shit and to do that shit. That's a good idea, Dan. I like that. Thursday, they made a new women's United States Championship. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that. And Full Gear is not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So we're gonna brush up on some AEW. And then Friday, we'll watch the Tyson fight. Yep, that's this Friday. We'll watch the Tyson fight and talk shit about Jake Paul when he gets knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's it for you. That's it for your boy. It's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead. Toe tags signing out. Appreciate everybody that stopped by. Appreciate everybody that didn't, but that's listening on to Spotify and all the other podcast channels. People appreciate the people that watch after the fucking fact. And everybody who didn't watch, go fuck yourself. And if you're watching now and you didn't watch before, then go fuck yourself. What's for you before you started watching? Now you cool with me. See how that shit works? But it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.